Oh, wow. It's been a good while since I last did a review. I mean, I moved cities, I got married, got a new job. I know I released my latest animated short for the first time in OpenTunes, and a few shorts about movies I saw, but no true review videos. What reviews should I do to get back into the swing of things?
At first, I was going to do my favorite episode, Curse of the Vampire Box.
Okay, let's go with that. If you didn't see my last review on this show, it's 2080, robots fight our battles for us on the moon, and some evil egg-shaped dude. Not that one. Not that one either. That's a snowman. Some evil egg-shaped dude named Dr. Blood is trying to take over the world. Also, Chosen One trope destiny, blah blah blah. All good? Good. Curse of the Vampire Bot. It all starts out with Welder telling a scary vampire story to his teammates, claiming it's all true.
They say any poor robot who's bitten by the vampire bot becomes a vampire herself.
Really?
Yes, really.
I never understand the people who ruin a fun time by questioning the logic of the story. It's just a cheesy horror story. Let people have fun, dude. The story ends and everyone leaves, with Bolts left believing the story.
Bolts, it was just a story.
Vampire bots aren't real.
They could be!
I mean, he's not wrong. Bots are built after all, so vampire bots can exist in this world. There's nothing stopping someone from just making one if they wanted to. I also really like the banter here. This is the kind of ribbing that can only come from friendship. As they leave to make Bolts feel better, we see Dr. Blood spying on them through a bat bot, being all menacing and junk.
You could join in, you know.
Next is the intro, which, yeah, I never actually covered in my original review. Huh. Well, as intros go, it's standard fare. Cool music, no vocals, and introducing the characters and vibe of the show in a series of clips from different episodes. Honestly, I think the music slaps, but I know others who won't enjoy this kind of intro. After the intro, we see Dr. Blood later in the day, spying on Sadie. He's planning on making her twice as strong and under his control through a virus he made. But first, Blip asking her out.
Hey, I was wondering if you'd maybe want to go see the new Hollow movie with me? It's called Slumbot Millionaire, and
I'd love to, but, I'm really tired.
No, hey, that's cool. I mean, I was just asking.
Swing and a miss. It's okay, champ. There's always next time. Sadie lays down for a recharge nap, and gets attacked and bitten by Blood's bat, turning her into a vampire.
What is thy bidding, my master?
It works. My virus works.
Like I said, they can exist. And this method is actually pretty creative from a writing standpoint, considering they're robots. We cut to the next match, presumably the next day, where Sadie's odd behavior is noted, but the coach brushes it off, since it's helping them win. They score the winning point, and Sadie makes Welder her next victim.
That's odd.
Yes. How did he get my shorts too?
Why do you have underwear, Steve? You don't have legs. Do you just collect them? At least they're noticing the odd behavior. That's a step above other shows where similar behavior is ignored for plot convenience. After the match, Blip compliments Sadie and she tells him to meet her in the locker room, an invite she extends to everyone else. He hangs back a bit as everyone else walks into certain doom. It's here we meet my favourite character, Singh 5, a vampire hunter, pool cleaner, and I swear is based on a tamer version of Johnny Depp.
Business. Vampires are really seasonal. But you and your team are in great danger. Your friend Sadie has been infected with the V4 virus.
I really enjoy his dynamic with Blip, along with his personality and role in the story. He's the reason this is my favourite episode. That and the vampire plotline. However, I'm going to get this out now so I don't have to rant about it later. If there was one flaw with him, it's that he's painfully underutilized. This is the only episode we see him before the finale episodes, where he's suddenly with everyone else, like he's been on this journey more than we've seen him. Considering he was going to be in the finale, I would have expected him to show up more often throughout the series. But Katt, he's a vampire hunter. Were you expecting the vampire bots to be more prominent? No, but you tell me whether or not a bot rolling high dexterity and a crossbow wouldn't ever be useful outside of vampires. We literally see him monitoring Dr. Blood's transmissions in this episode. That's infinitely useful, but instead of utilizing him in future episodes, this is literally his only appearance before the finale. And before you say it's no big deal, imagine if someone was binging this series and just decided to skip this episode because it seemed like filler, which it is to an extent. Helsing just shows up with no name drop, no introduction, no nothing. We're here to help you, Blip. Me, the Schleppercons, and this random archer guy who's been here the whole time. The what? In short, I love him to bits, and he needed more screen time. Anyways, after warning Blip about Sadie and giving him his number, he disappears in a puff of smoke, and Blip enters the locker room to find his team infected. Sadie tries to get him too, but he gives them the slip and gets the heck out of there. They don't, however, chase after him. I'm assuming it's because it would cause too much panic if they exposed themselves, considering Dr. Blood's ultimate plan.
I will control the whole team. Then I will control all the other teams. Then every spectator in the stadium. Then the moon. Then the world. Then the solar system. Then the whole galaxy. Then... what's bigger than a galaxy, but not quite the whole universe?
If having a Trekkie for a dad is anything to go by, I think the term you're looking for is quadrant. The vampire bots scatter home, and Blip, panicking, contacts Helsing and meets with him to figure out what to do. They know about the plan to infect Gridiron, the coach, thanks to Helsing's tech, and can make an antivirus. The caveat being they need a sample from an infected vampire bot. Their target is Bolts, because he's the easiest, and so they head to his and Blip's room. We then proceed with my favourite scene in the episode. Both the tension and the comedy here is top-notch. And we see Squeaker again, always a plus, as they look around for Bolts, and mistake Squeaker for him. Squeaker alerts them to Bolts, who is on the ceiling. He tosses Helsing across the room and jumps Blip, who wrestles with him until Helsing can land his shot. Okay, how strong was Bolts before that twice his power can make him throw a bot across the room? They take their sample and begin the process of making the antivirus. They find, however, that the signal's too weak to just cure Bolts and have it spread to the others. So they need to infect the first victim, Sadie.
Create an antivirus and administer it straight into the heart. With this.
You mean stab Sadie in the heart? You can't do that. There must be another way.
There isn't.
There must.
There isn't.
There must.
Okay, there might be. But it will be even more dangerous.
Back at Thunderbolt's HQ, they wait for Gridiron to show up and finally infect Steve.
Good thing I bought another pair.
Oh, that stupid shorts bug.
It's the simple jokes that make shows worth watching. Gridiron enters and they almost get him, but are interrupted by Blip and Helsing crashing the party. They begin to fight as Blip books it for Sadie, but she rolls a charisma check, causing Blip to drop the stake and get bitten. The plan fails. Or does it?
The antivirus. I injected it into Blip's hydraulic fluid, so when you bit him...
Oh, you got more than just Blip juice. You got 1,000 tiny bat hunters.
You see that? That's what good writing looks like. This was such a good plot twist, and executed masterfully. So good. Everyone turns back to normal, and Helsing tracks the signal to Dr. Blood's lair. But when they get there, he's flown the coop. Helsing assures Blip he'll always be watching, and disappears. Or does he?
Wait!
Yes?
How will I find you?
You have my card.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, now I'm out of smoke pellets. Do you mind turning your back while I walk mysteriously out the door?
We round the episode out with Welder saying, "I told you so," and Sadie thanking Blip for saving her.
I'm gonna say thank you with this nice but professionally distant gift.
Since when was underwear considered a professionally distant gift? That seems more the opposite. Anyway, Blip remembers he left Bolt stuck to the wall in their room, and that's the episode. You can see this is my favourite episode for a reason, right? The comedy was spot on, the plot itself was really good, and I adore the character interactions the most in this episode, especially between Blip and Singh. It sucks he's not in more episodes because he's pretty entertaining. This episode, in contrast with the overarching plot, is a bit out there. But there's other episodes in a similar vein, and they're just as well executed. Overall, this romp was a fun time and I highly recommend it. This is Katt and I'll see you next time. Bye!